All right, welcome on into the WILLY podcast. This is John Arrivo. We got Jacob Bunyard here, master brewer of delicious products for WILLY Cafe. One thing we're going to talk about today is, because Jacob and I were talking about it earlier, was what does the future look like for the company? And I think that one of the main things in our future is becoming, first and foremost, a beverage maker.
Yes.
For the market. Whether that's we're making fresh things and we're just going to distribute them locally, or maybe eventually we can get into distributing one or two or three products, hopefully nationally, that we really deem worthy of that and that we can get out to the masses. We'll find out. But one thing that we do know is we have two really nice properties for our two locations in Boynton Beach, Florida, Lantana, Florida, both of which have a large amount of parking, are family-friendly spaces where you can feel safe with your family, your friends. And then also we're providing really nice products within our facilities. And so we feel like we can take it a step further and be a part of, hopefully, in the future, the electric automobile revolution, and potentially add some charging stations to the properties.
Yes.
So I think it starts with nice products, community, family friendly, a good amount of parking.
Yeah.
And then maybe the final phase would be the potential to install some electric vehicle charging stations. I think that would be kind of like the icing on the cake to the facilities and properties that we're on, right?
Absolutely. The way we're approaching business as it stands is, how do we keep things local? How do we support other businesses around us? How do we support our community? How do we lower our footprint by keeping things as local as possible? And, when you talk about putting an electric charging station on the property, I mean, now we've taken that to the next level, really. And not only are we staying local and helping the community, but now we're lowering our carbon footprint, and we're actually offering something to the larger community, not just to our small, Boynton Beach area, but people who are visiting South Florida,
right,
who are also going above and beyond by driving their electric vehicles, and they're looking for a place that they can come in. They can help support the local community. They can help the green initiative. And, your properties are perfect for that.
Yeah.
Like you said, not only do we have super family-friendly properties, with these closed spaces where moms and dads can come with their children after work or after school, and you can enjoy a really delicious local beverage or snack, but it's safe. The areas are closed so the kids can run free and they can just really enjoy themselves. And then on top of that, you have these amazing parking lots that they're just sitting there.
I think that was the first thing that I was drawn towards, especially at the Lantana location, was I always think about parking first, because if you can't park, then you can't come. So
absolutely.
And with good parking lots, if you then provide really high quality products after that, that you're going to have to drive to the store, as long as it's not like a walking only type of a storefront. But for us, we're more car friendly. We're more pull into the parking lot, come in, grab some things. And so I think it's also a testament to what we've done with the sparkling probiotic beverage. We spoke about it first, talked about it, strategized.
And then created.
started the creation process of how's it going to work, what's the facility going to need, all those things. But I think it begins with verbalizing anything. And I think that that's what we're doing right now, is we're trying to verbalize and say that our end goal, I think, our end game is to for sure at our properties have electric vehicle charging stations. There's no reason not to. The only thing that's really holding us back right now is funding. So, and I think that we can make that happen, but first it's got to be verbalized.
Yeah.
So we verbalize it today, and then maybe next week we'll get a little bit further, but with always the goal, the end goal being giving electric vehicle owners, whether if you're out of state, out of city, out of town, in town, lived locally, and we want to be the spot where you come to charge up your car, charge up your body, give your kids and your family and your friends a cool place and chill place to hang out while your vehicle charges. It's like that's the full spectrum, I think, of what we could accomplish with the company.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the logo's a car, so it's like, it's in what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it. I think that we've proven that once we verbalize something, and then we can bring it into fruition with those sparkling probiotic beverage. We're so far along now, but we still got a ways to go with that. And I think that that's going really well. So, like, what would you say, like, when it comes to the timing of everything that's happened with the sparkling probiotic beverage, from the time that we started chatting about it to the place where we are now, we're probably 6-9 months in, what do you think really was the conduit to really making that happen?
I mean, I love that you're asking that question, because I remember, and actually I think it was about 7.5 months ago that we started this. You had mentioned to me that you were looking for a way to be able to start creating this type of product for your store. You were purchasing it from someone who really wasn't that local, and it was traveling a long way. Sometimes it wasn't available. Sometimes it just wasn't what you were looking for, and you were looking for a way to be able to bring that in-house. And you and I, we had a conversation about it over the weekend. And honestly, I think within 3 weeks, we were creating it.
Okay.
It's something that I had been working on personally on my own time for quite a few years, because it's something that's really benefited my health and benefited my family's health. It's benefited my friends. I come from Arizona originally, and you can ask almost any of my family members. They're like, yeah, we drank this because it helped us feel good. And you have been cultivating WILLY Cafe for the last 3 years, and really laying a lot of groundwork as far as commercializing these types of products.
Yeah.
So all it took was having the idea, having the conversation, and then once we had the conversation, it was just, it started to happen.
Yeah, true.
And, there was about 4 months, maybe 5 months, where I was working a full-time job during the day, and then I was coming into WILLY Cafe at night and working, sometimes, there were days where I was working 20-hour days trying to create the probiotic and also keep my family afloat.
Yeah.
And, it was difficult.
Yeah.
But I have your company and your amazing products to say that's how I got through it.
Yeah, true.
You provide all of these wonderful things to the local community, and then also to myself. It was helping to give me the energy. The things like the probiotic were helping to keep my system running properly.
And you were drinking the probiotic.
And, it was a culmination of all this groundwork that you had laid and I had laid. And all it took was having the conversation.
Right.
So here we are tonight. What is this? December 28th, 2023.
Yes.
We are now starting a new kind of conversation.
Yeah.
That is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Than just WILLY Cafe.
Super important.
Because not only is it going to help us grow our business, it's actually going to help all of South Florida see that there is a better way of doing business.
Yeah.
And all we have to do as humans is have the idea, verbalize it, and then as long as we have the correct motive, as long as we're pure in heart in where we're coming from, the universe conspires to give us whatever we want.
Yeah.
So here we are, and we're talking about something new, something amazing. And honestly, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's cool because I feel like we're in a comfortable place with the probiotic where about to put a keg into the store, tap into the store. They'll be able to come and try the sparkling probiotic beverage in its purest form. All it really is, guys, is a product that helps your stomach. It's that simple. It's really refreshing. It's light. It's smooth. It's got a little carbonation naturally to it, and it helps your stomach. It's that simple. So if you have any type of stomach problem, definitely come in and start trying this thing out because I think it's going to really help you. I feel like we're getting more comfortable with where we're going with the probiotic. We still have a long ways to go. We're designing labels. We need to get clear bottles instead of round bottles. So I think that there's always going to be work to be done. Maybe eventually put it into cans.
Yeah.
So that we can nationally ship if somebody wants fresh made probiotics, ship directly to their doorstep.
Absolutely.
We can handle that eventually, but it's probably going to have to be in the can. So I think that we still have some steps in the process for sure. I mean, obviously we do.
The beautiful thing about growth is that if you stop growing, then there's something wrong.
Yeah. So
there's always room for improvement.
People pulling the bottle out of the fridge today on a rainy day, purchasing things like that is really cool to see.
Yep.
So on a nice sunny day, on a Saturday, people cruising on 95, to be able to pull off of 95 in your electric vehicle, because maybe a lot of times you plan your trip out in an electric vehicle.
Yes.
Okay. Even if you're like, let's say going from Stewart to Miami, you're going to plan your trip out. All right.
Absolutely.
And I believe that's part of the benefit of having the charging station there, would be able to say, would be more findable.
Yeah.
We'd come up on the map, on an electric vehicle map, charging station map.
Right.
Okay. So, and then you're like, oh, it's a cool place. That's different.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not Target. Who wants to go to Target?
No. You can't go and walk around Target for 2 hours while your car charges.
You can go to Target all the time.
Yeah.
So that's where they're putting them.
For sure.
And I understand why, because there's a lot of people that go to Target.
Totally. But, there's also a lot of people who come to WILLY Cafe.
Absolutely.
And the cool thing about WILLY Cafe and the way it's set up is it's got something for everybody.
Yeah, it does. 35-cent banana.
35-cent banana. Exactly.
That's a good deal on a banana.
It's a great deal on
in retail.
Super fresh banana too.
Okay.
Great prices on smoothies, acai bowls, sparkling probiotics. For someone who is maybe looking to relax a little bit more, there's all sorts of different kinds of seltzers in the fridge.
Yep.
You even have some beer in the fridge, some craft brews. Not anything that you would go and find on the store at Walmart.
Local beers, local Florida beers.
Exactly.
That's what we got.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where, don't drink and drive, but it's one of those things where I feel like we can handle it. We can do it.
Yes.
We have the ability to make this happen. All it's going to take is discussion, a little bit of manifestation. I believe that we are set up perfectly for it, because the customers in the electric vehicles are already coming to our facilities. They already pull up and they come and they get raw juice, they get smoothies, they get sandwiches, they come chill out, they get coffees. And so it's like, we're already drawing that customer.
Exactly.
That has the electric vehicle.
Yeah.
It's like, so I always look at it when I see Teslas pull in, when I see Rivians pull in, when I see Ford electric Mustangs pull in.
Yep.
I'm like, I wish that I had the charging stations right now for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I could tell you this. Here's the other part. One thing we can do, and it's because we're talking about it right now that I just realized this. If you guys got a converter, Jacob and I will be able to set us up with a 120 to the electric vehicle conversion to the electric vehicle.
Absolutely.
We can definitely set that up.
100%.
And so maybe it's going to be a little bit of us working on it on our own first, maybe setting up one,
Right.
hopefully drawing some attention that way. And at least we can call ourselves, we can give somebody the ability.
Right.
You guys might have to ask, but I think that, and we could even probably set it up at Lantana too.
Absolutely.
Hello, how are you?
Hi there.
Beautiful. We were just doing a podcast, so we're ready for you. No. Lee, not at all. What it's all about.